stage twerking with a dictionary. Guilt.
That line is funny. Yeah. That line is funny.
This is fun.
It is.
It is.
This is fun.
It is.
Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. Drake and Party Next Door just dropped some sexy songs for you. Joint album, already #1 on Apple iTunes, man. I want y'all to get in the comments before we even get into it. What do y'all think about the quality of this music? Forget the Kendrick stuff. Forget all the beef. What do y'all think about the quality of this music as an R&B album? Now, we already know what to expect from Drake and Party. They work well together. They've been working together for a long time. Now, in my opinion, this is a good album. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give it about an 8.5. I'm not expecting this to get any new fans, all right? If you don't like Party, if you don't like Drake, if you don't like that vibe, you're not going to gravitate to this. But if you do like that vibe, if that type of music appeals to you as it does to me, it appeals to me. It's a certain type of R&B, all right? It's like a R&B hip hop type of fusion thing going on. It's a good vibe. You're going to enjoy it. Now, a lot of people was talking about the vocals. I don't know why, for whatever reason, if it's just the new attention that's being brought to Party Next Door from Kendrick Lamar. Everybody's talking about his vocals. Party Next Door has never been like a soul singer. I heard Charlamagne try to correlate the word soul. He said it didn't seem like it had soul. He got to explain that to me, because when I think about soul R&B singers, I don't think about Party Next Door. I don't think about Drake. That's not their lane. They've never been extremely aggressive vocalists. But what they do, the type of R&B that they do, it fits. It is a lane for it. And, you know, a lot of artists have got successful off that style of R&B. It's a cool style of R&B, but I want to know what y'all think, man. What's y'all overall score of this album? Was the music good? Now, with the 21 songs that's on this album, it's probably going to be about 6 or 7 in heavy rotation for me. We're going to get into some of the more important ones in a few, but we just going to talk about the quality of the music. This is a strategic thinking media platform, but it's also a hip-hop platform. So I like to talk about the quality of the music just as much as the other things that surrounding it. But yeah, 6 to 7 of those 21s is going to be in regular rotation for me. What y'all think about that? I don't know if that's a high number for y'all. For me personally, I think that's a pretty good number. I think that's a pretty solid album. That's the game that you got to play because of the way that the payouts are. You got to make a lot of songs. You got to stream a lot. So we know artists is going to have a lot of throwaways on projects. That's just how it is. But 6 or 7 songs, in my opinion, was real solid on this album. So I'm happy with it as a fan of this type of music. Now, let's get to the shots that Drake took in this album, though, man. He took some shots at Kendrick Lamar and Joe Budden. Of course, we expected the Kendrick Lamar shots. I knew he was. I felt that he was going to try to separate himself from Kendrick Lamar, saying, all right, Kendrick Lamar, you got the conscious militant stuff. You keep that over there. You do that. I'm going to do the party stuff. I'm going to do the lady stuff, the club thing. This is what I do. This is my lane. And I knew he was going to pop it and brag about it in that form on a song like this. And it's interesting the type of song that he picked. All right, this Give Me a Hug song is the song that I'm talking about. I'm going to have some lyrics on the screen for y'all to look at and see for yourself. This is one of what I'm seeing. This is one of the favorites that people have on this album. This is one of the most liked songs. This is one of the most talked about songs. And it's a strategic reason that he put these shots in the song. You got to understand, this is an ode to strippers, all right? He just talking about how much he missed and how much he likes strippers. Why would you take shots at Kendrick Lamar and Joe Budden on a song like this? You would think the subject matter for this song has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar, has nothing to do with Joe Budden. He did this for 2 reasons. Again, referencing back what I said before, the separation. All right, he wants to say, bruh, your music is boring compared to mine. You got a whole bunch of think pieces. That's cool. It's a time and a place for that. But my style, what I bring to the culture, my flavor, what I do is appreciated just as much. Now, it might not be as classy as what you do, or it might not be as thought-provoking, but I still have value to the culture. I still provide people with a good time through my music. That's what I think Drake is trying to relay by putting that type of diss to that type of artist on a song like this. Dissing a conscious rapper like Kendrick Lamar over a strip club song, to me, I think it's a tactical move. I think he wants this to be one of the most popular songs on the album. He wants a lot of people to hear the song. He wants this song to be one of the songs that's the faces of the album. and he want to take shots at Kendrick Lamar and Joe Budden on the biggest song. Now, when it come to Joe Budden, he spoke about Melissa Ford being a legend from Toronto. We do know the legendary video vixen, video model Melissa Ford. She's been referenced by a whole lot of rappers, Kanye West, Drake multiple times, other rappers multiple times. She's dated multiple rappers. So she's ingrained in the hip hop culture as well. He shouted her out, but he also dissed Joe Budden at the same time, saying, Melissa Ford, you a legend from the 6. I hate to see you with a dick sucker. Obviously, he's talking about Joe Budden, as Melissa Ford is a co-host on the Joe Budden podcast. So he went in at Joe Budden. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to be real. Not such a direct shot at Joe Budden. Him and Joe Budden are engaged in a beef that's kind of unique, man, with Joe Budden being a podcaster, being at the top of the podcast game, Drake being at the top of the rap game. This is a unique beef right here, and I think it's going to continue through songs, through the internet, through social media. Y'all heard Joe Budden in a clip that I played. It may be taken out for copyright use. If it's not, y'all heard it. Joe Budden said that this was fun. If it's not there, he said in a clip, this is fun. Deciphering the disses, listen to the disses, replying back to each other. All right, Joe Budden is known for going in on Drake. That's one of the hats that he wears. All right, that's one of the things that he's known for. When he want a payday, when it's time for his ratings to go up, he target Drake. He's kind of alluded to that before. He said that before. It is what it is. That's one of the tactics that he uses. We heard into the reply when Drake posted him on a plot to his page. We heard him say, Drake, don't try to, pick at me now. Don't try to send shots at me now when you cold. Of course, we get that and we understand what Joe Budden is saying, but don't get it misconstrued, man. This is a strategic move. This is a tactical move by Joe Budden. Engaging with Drake is always going to lead to views for Joe Budden, no matter what. No matter what he says, no matter how he try to play it like he don't care about what Drake is saying. I'm not saying it hurt his feelings personally, but for him to say, nah, Drake, I don't need the clout from you no more, that's not true. Joe Budden is going to take any chance that he gets. That's why he's breaking down the song in the podcast, in the newest podcast that's going to come out. He's breaking down the song. He's breaking down Drake going at him. It was also saying on the JBP that Joe Budden could have been talking to Ish on that same record as well, which is crazy. We've never seen a rapper of this tier and a podcast of this tier go back and forth on a podcast episode. They say something, the rapper replies in a song, just a ping pong effect of back and forth through media and a podcast and music on an album. It's unheard of. It's never been done before. So this is crazy, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. And like I say, y'all know how Joe Budden feels about beefing with Drake. That's kind of how he got on the map in some people's eyes. We remember his legendary review of Views. He kind of went crazy. He screamed and he yelled. So a lot of people, a lot of the younger people in the podcast industry, the fans of these podcasts, that's what they know Joe Budden for. That's how he came across their radar. All right? His review of Views, how bad he said it was, how crazy he went. He was screaming, yelling. That's where he got that hater moniker from. And hey, I guess Drake feel the same way according to this diss. Drake dissing Kendrick Lamar and Joe Budden in a song like this. This is his Not Like Us. This is what he does good. This is how he can pop his shit. This is how he can get his disses off. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. What do y'all think about Drake dissing Joe Budden and Kendrick Lamar on this record, on this album? He said a couple of other things in Brian Steele where he said Young Thug hit him up trying to end the beef. He not with it. He don't want to end the beef. Brian Steele, another crazy record. I like that record. I think Brian Steele and Give Me a Hug is going to be played a lot. Drake getting back to what he do, man. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about the quality of the album, what y'all think about the back and forth. Is this engagement with Drake that Joe Budden is going through, is it upping the quality of his podcast? I think it is. I think he knows when him and Drake is going back and forth and Drake is moving and shaking and he moving and shaking on his side, on the podcast world, on the entertainment side, when they go back and forth, it's almost destined to go viral. Like it's 100% gonna go viral, man. But get in the comments, man. Y'all let me know. This is a fun, exciting time in hip hop and in hip hop media, in my opinion, man. This shit is crazy, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.